Are you gonna sit down? No. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I've been struggling with depression and we're gonna talk about it. I do kind of want to keep this video short, so I'm just going to do a quick update, and if you guys like and want, I can post a lengthier video at a later date and I can sit down and go more in depth with things. I do feel like that we have come a long way with mental health, but we still have a very long way to come with mental health, and I still feel like that mental health can be a very taboo subject. So I just want to be real with you guys about things and kind of not make my whole platform about mental health, but allow it to have a place here for it. So a little backstory really quick. First time I was diagnosed with depression, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and that was about 16 years ago. That diagnosis threw me for a loop because at that time my son was probably a year and a half, maybe closer to 2 when I was diagnosed with it. I typically looked at postpartum depression as something that you're typically diagnosed with within the first few weeks or months of having your baby. So to be given that diagnosis when he was a little bit older was kind of shocking to me. But basically the doctor's theory was that the first year and a half, 2 years of his life was pretty traumatic, and I basically just stayed in fight or flight mode for the first year and a half, 2 years of his life with everything that was going on in his life with his medical stuff and just personal stuff. And so when we felt like that we were kind of in a clear and just more of in a safe space, I guess would be the easiest way to put it, my body was able to finally feel all that it had been holding on to for the past year and a half to 2 years. So that was the first time I was put on depression medicine, and we are here 16 years later. I feel like that I could look back at different periods of time in my life and say that I was definitely depressed prior to that, but that is when it got the worst, and that began this journey. I don't do well on depression medicine, so I have been on lots of depression medicine over the years. The longest I've been able to stay on a depression medicine was about 6 months before I could no longer take what it was doing to my body. My body does not like it at all. So typically I can go 2 or 3 months on depression medicine, which gets me over the hump when I can no longer maintain it myself. I did recently have to go back on depression medicine, which I'm going to be honest with you, felt defeating. But I got to a point where I no longer could deny that I needed the medicine, and that I was also at a point where I didn't feel like I was going to be able to get myself out of where I was. I have felt the depression kind of creeping in for about 6 months now. It would come and go in spurts, but I noticed it was just right there. You know, we're walking a thin line, and I knew it really wasn't going to take much to tip me over the edge, but I was still doing my best trying to control it, and it wasn't going good. So I think what sent me over the edge this time was I had a migraine headache for 9 days that would not go away. It would dull, but it would not go away. And I was able to work. I still managed to function with work, but outside of that, I did not do much of anything. Now my room is blacked out because I work night shift, and basically the only thing that would really bring relief was being in a dark, cold room. That was it. And and trying to sleep it off. So that's what I did for a majority of the time. And I think that just not getting out, not getting much sunlight, not socializing, not doing anything but laying in my bed for the most part was, I think that was just kind of the final straw. So I went to the doctor. I knew I just couldn't do it anymore. I was at a point where I was crying a lot and I just wasn't okay. I knew I wasn't okay. And so I had an appointment and it got brought up. And so I started a medicine that day, and then she gave me another medicine, but I was scared to start the other medicine. The one medicine she gave me, amitriptyline, I started that pretty much because she was like, this will help your headaches and everything. And I desperately wanted to get rid of my headaches. So I started that one, and then she put me on Cymbalta. Part of me thinks I've been on Cymbalta in the past, and part of me is like, no, maybe this is a new medicine. But I was scared to try that medicine. And so I did not go on that medicine for a few weeks after I got it. Probably for a month and a half before I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I need to add the Cymbalta in and just see if I can get over this hump, see if I can get out of this dark place that I am in. At that point, when I decided to go on that medicine, I noticed I was starting to disassociate. I was becoming very withdrawn, didn't really want to talk to people, didn't really want to message people, didn't really want to respond to people. I still have people that I need to respond to. And it's not necessarily that I didn't want to, it's just all of that stuff was physically and mentally draining to me. I could not, I couldn't do it. I was still crying a lot. And I just wasn't in a good place. I didn't want to do anything that I liked doing. I wanted to be in my cold, dark room. That's where I wanted to be. I have high functioning depression, which, like I was talking to my doctor, this can be a blessing and a curse because I can function when I have a work day. When I know that I have to be at work, I can get up, I can get ready for work, I can go to work, I can put a smile on my face. But when I come home, it is a completely different story. It's debilitating when I get home. You don't have the energy or the motivation to do anything. Going to work exhausted me. Working one 12-hour shift would exhaust me for days at a time. If I had to go out and socialize, it was a lot. Mentally, it was a lot. And so around this time, I had also taken a little weekend trip, and that trip was fun, but it was challenging, more challenging than I thought it was going to be. So that kind of didn't help me in any way, shape, or form either. But we're here now. We're going to see how long I can stay on the medicine. I've been on it for about, I think I'm going on a month now, being on both medicines. I can definitely tell a difference. I did just up my dosage. So we'll see. I'm starting to feel some effects on my body. I'm nauseous a lot, don't have much of an appetite, but we're making progress. We're getting there. So, she wants me to go to counseling. I want to go to counseling and I don't want to go to counseling at the same time. There's the money aspect of it, and I have a high deductible insurance plan, so everything is out of pocket until I reach my deductible. So it's looking at that aspect of it. And then also, I feel like going to counseling is just opening up the Pandora box of feelings. So I know that ultimately I will probably end up going and I will probably end up doing counseling. I do think it would be beneficial for me, but I'm also one of those people where I feel like at this point, like, I need to go in, I need to be committed to at least a full year of doing it, and I probably could use a good 3 or 4 months of me going once a week at least. And then maybe every other week to once a month or whatever. But I do feel like when I commit to it, I need to be committed to it for a year so that I can fully get what I need to get out of it. I am a firm believer that counseling helps, but I'm also a firm believer that you get out of it what you put into it. And so if you're not going to go in and put in 100% into counseling, you're not going to get much out of it. And it's going to be a waste of money and a waste of time. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're taking baby steps, and I'll keep you posted on that. But hopefully I can get back to posting regularly. I am starting to feel better. I still have days where certain things I just don't want to do them. And that was one of them. I haven't sparked in a while, which I'm going to go out and spark now in a little bit. I haven't edited videos. I did edit 2 videos last night. So you guys will have some videos this week. Tomorrow I'll do a spark video. Saturday I'll do a spark video. Sunday I have a Sharp Shopper video. I still need to edit that, but Sharp Shopper videos are short and sweet and easy to edit. So I just need to do it. And then I did work on fixing up the outside of my house some and adding in some parking spaces. So I made that into a video, and I will get that posted, edit it, and post it as well. That one will take a little bit longer to edit, but I think it'll be fun. Some things that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back into journaling, been struggling with that. I've gotten off of social media I gave up social media for Lent. I gave up Facebook and Instagram for Lent. I still have Snapchat and I still do TikTok, but I try not to scroll TikTok unless I have downtime at work. And Snapchat, I literally talk to maybe like 4 people and I post randomly on there. It's not even really enough to say that it's a big social media platform for me, because it's not. I don't have a lot of friends on there or anything like that. So getting off of social media has kind of helped some. I'm not one that necessarily values my life based on somebody else's or anything, but there are some things on social media that I see that it does affect me more than I realize. And so I've took a break from that. I ended up getting back on Facebook, and I massively should not have, because some stuff transpired from that, but it is what it is. We're moving on. We're moving past it and getting over that hump. But I haven't been on Instagram. I had deleted both of the apps, and that massively helped. I feel like after Lent, which will be this week, I'm not sure that I'm going to return to social media, or to what extent I'll return to it. I don't think I'll download the Facebook app again. And I'm not sure about Instagram yet. I miss connecting with people and being able to say thank you. Pinky Jean, hi Pinky Jean. She sent me something in the mail, an eye mask and a little thank you card and everything, because I'd sent her some stickers and I just haven't got to thank her for it. So thank you. This is me thanking you, because I don't have Instagram and I would use Instagram to contact her. Actually, I think she's on my Snapchat too, so I could have sent her there. But yeah, so not being on social media has helped. I encourage everybody to do a social media detox. I still kept YouTube, scrolled on YouTube some, but yeah, so that's it. Right now everything is day by day. We're getting there. One of my goals that I set for this month, and right now I'm probably at 50-50 on whether I do it, is just getting outside for 10 minutes a day, at least 10 minutes a day. Do something outside, even if I just stand there. Sit outside, do something outside, get some fresh air, get some sunlight, get some raindrops, whatever's going on outside, that's where we're going to be. So about 50-50 on that as to whether I've done it or not, but I'm going to try to incorporate one little thing each day to kind of help, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to take this medicine long term or not. And I want to get to a point where I can handle it without medicine again. So that's the goal. So this month's goal was to get outside 10 minutes a day. I don't know about next month's goal, but if you guys have anything that you do that helps you to get out of the funk, tell me about it in the comments, and maybe I can give some of those a whirl. Reading my Bible is one thing that usually helps me. Listening to worship music usually helps me. And this go around, I'm so behind in my Bible reading. I'm behind in journaling. I am behind in everything. I even gained most of the weight back that I lost. So we're going to get back on losing weight. I did step up on the scale 2 days ago, and I think it was at 231. So I had lost the weight that I had gained, but we will see. So my eating hasn't been the best. Nothing has been the best, but we're refocusing. We're getting back on track. Keep me in your prayers if you don't mind. Leave me some suggestions of things that you like to do when you're having a bad day or you're feeling depressed or anything. And just know that if you're feeling depressed, you are not alone, and it's gonna be okay. We got this together. We can do this. So if you like this kind of content, stick around. It's not going to be the main thing on my channel, but I definitely want to have a place for it on this platform. I love you guys so much, and I will be back. I'll get to making some new videos and be back here soon. Give me something positive to do and to look forward to. So I will talk to you guys later.